Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm a co-developer of Ghost Kitchen, which is a Steam multiplayer social deduction cooking game. Playtesters have told me it's a lot like Among Us and Overcooked had a kid. Ghost Kitchen pits the chefs and butchers against each other over unpaid bills. The chef's job is to prepare customer orders to earn stars that increase the restaurant's rating, while the butcher's job is to stop the chefs by any means necessary. Attacking, sending bad orders, and hiding objects are all allowed. In the following 2 weeks, I'll be uploading at least 2 more videos, one that previews the lobby settings customization, and another that showcases all of the hats and effects obtainable at release. Today we're looking at the development timeline. This is February 2024, the first version we playtested 2 months into development. We started development in December 2023, and here we are. As you can see, beautiful UI, wonderful start button, got some default buttons, the settings, very bare bones. Lobby list would show you all of the lobbies inside of Space War, which is the default development branch on Steam, or the commonly used development branch on Steam if you didn't know. Next, we can go to host lobby, which will take us to a very blank lobby with, again, default buttons. Here are the original chef colors. As you can see, they've very much so changed. We originally only expected to have 12 players. We bumped it up to 16. Here we can make the lobby public or private, and we can increase or decrease the sus players and increase and decrease max players. We also had the chat, and once we start the game, you load in. It'll tell you your role bottom right and in the front. You load in around the bell, just like the normal game. If we ring the bell, there's no option to vote anyone else. So you have to vote yourself or the other players. That's the end screen. Loading back in, we have a default score and a default time. First, you want to get an order. All the orders are displayed above the chef's head with no order bubble. That right there was a blooming onion, and this is a banana pudding. I will now walk you through how to make a blooming onion. We're going to go ahead and try and find a stack of plates. There's no way to tell where what you're looking for is. So you just gotta kind of walk around and find it. Next, you're gonna want to go and find the pantry of the item you want. Here we go, we're grabbing an onion. We're then going to place the onion onto the cutting board and place our plate there and go ahead and find a knife. This map is absolutely gigantic, and as you can probably tell, the players had a very difficult time finding these items. Here we go, chef now has a knife. Once we're here, we can go ahead and hit E to chop. There we go, we've cut it into a half onion. And now we have bloomin' onion. Our knife is now purple, so we have to wash it, and we put it in the sink and wash. There is no minigame in this version. Next up, we grab our blooming onion and take it to the fryer. Now we're at the fryer, we can go ahead and put it in and cook it. As you can see, the bubbles in the fryer are moving, and we still have the similar progress bar. Now that it's cooked, we can go ahead and turn it into the player. Make sure we give it to the right player because it actually matters which one you give it to. If you give it to the wrong player, you will actually lose score. Again, cleaning has no minigame. Let's go ahead and now count how many items each pantry item has within its subset. We'll start out with the whole tomato, chopping it into half tomato, followed by tomato chunks, and tomato bits, and then tomato soup. So including the base item, there are 5 items as a subset. We would then have to go and find the oven. Oh, I guess the tomato soup is not cooked on the oven. I don't know where the tomato soup is cooked, and I made the game. It's not cooked on the grill. It looks like the tomato soup is cooked in the pan for some reason, not sure why, but that is where it's cooked. Let's go ahead and grab another order and hand this to the player incorrectly. Oh. The map has very few defining and distinctive features, so it's easy to get lost. Let's give it to the player who wanted to eat a tomato, and we lost over 1 point from that order. As you can probably tell, there's quite a bit of complexity to this map, with several cooking methods and multiple subsets of each item, with no clear UI to describe and tell the player what item they have to cook, where to find it, how to cut it, and how to cook it. Just saying that out loud, it confuses me. After this playtest, we took a very hard look at the game. Certainly kind of a disaster. I honestly couldn't even play in the playtest because I only had 16 gigabytes of RAM, and this game took up quite a bit because we did not compress our sprites. The multiplayer worked perfectly, and overall it was quite a fun experience to see everyone running around through the screen share. Definitely had to scale back our complexity and give the players more help. Here is March 2023, again, still with the RAM issue. This is 17 gigabytes of RAM just to play this little game We have an updated UI with press any button to continue. If I press W, it doesn't work because you actually have to click it. Here we go. We have, again, multiplayer, new game, load game, options. Check our options, still default, load game, lobbies, new game, or player lobby, host lobby. Again, just default colors. If we go ahead and hit start game, what happens? Nothing happens. The game breaks. We have broken the game, so we must close it again and relaunch, which will take me another 15 minutes. 10 minutes later, and we're back in business. Remember to click the press any key, new game. Go ahead and slap on a new chef color. And this time, we're not going to make the mistake of not clicking pizza time. Loading in, classic loading screen. This loading takes quite a while. A new loading and a new music. Score and time are still the same. Welcome to the pizza. We have a new order up top left, but we have no way. Oh, we actually do have a way to tell whose order it is. Except it's not that great. If we go to settings, we can turn the music down, but you've got to hit right on the button. And oh yeah, this breaks everything. We can go ahead and pick up the flour and just place it in. I have no idea where the bucket is. Here's the bucket. Oh yeah, I think we now also have the sus circle. We can fill up the bucket and place it in. If you notice, the UI to the left reveals what's going on. I'm not so sure the circle functions actually. Oh yes, the arm used to be very fast. It was a bit of a problem, and also this took forever. We had the instructions menu, but we had no way to determine where we had to be. No minigame on that, but we did have the minigame to slap the pizza. If you're noticing top left, it's almost time to deliver this pizza. It's a little bit too fast. Now, I'm not sure if this is meatball or pepperoni. I think it's meatball. We're really going to be racing the clock here. Oh no. Order times are quite fast. If you ring the bell, you can skip the vote. But also, when you go into the escape menu, you lose your cursor. As we're looking at these updates together, please leave any suggestions or ideas in the comments down below for updates or changes you think would really help out the game. We're always looking to improve. Here is the first update of April 2024. Again, press the button. We had two sets of options. One does, I have no idea. I think the game just crashed. Yep. All right, we're back here. We're going to press any key. Nope, you still have to click. Let's go ahead and click the other set. Again, basic settings, nothing there. Lobby list, new game. This time we have an actual lobby, which you're supposed to spawn in the elevator and have a functioning elevator, but instead the elevator door just continually cycles. Here we go. We have some interesting training materials and no sound, which I'm unsure if that is on purpose or not. We do not have minigames. We now have the mirror and 16 chef colors. Let's see what happens when we start up the game. Again, basic score and basic time. The score bar has been extended, so now it takes up screen space and fills up over time. The audio is still quite loud, so I'm going to lower that for me. And the audio bars break. When you leave the settings menu, your cursor does not disappear. But if you notice, we've actually brought the ladle in from the lobby, which should not happen. We should not spawn in with items. That's it's a big uh-oh. Let's go ahead and grab an order and see what that experience is like. It looks like we have not updated our order statuses at all. There is no direction menu, and there is no order or direction menu. No minigame for flour. It looks like we don't see the status of the items around us anymore. As you can see, the bucket disappears when we walk away from it. The hand is still way too fast. And it still takes way too long. Looks like the order timer has been increased. That's nice. And we're actually maybe seeing some props inside of the game. Let's see, I still think you have to deliver it to the correct person, which they're all the way over here. If we deliver to the wrong person, this man will not know to take his pizza. Here's update 2 of April 2024. It looks like we have a second map and we have a way to increase the stars. I'm not sure if we had that prior. Let's see if we have the ability to bring in ladles again. Let's go into the first pizza map. It looks like we have added the stars UI for score. We're unable to bring in the ladle. The game is quite loud, so I'm again going to lower the music, and it looks like we actually have voice chat, which I'm unable to test as no one else has access to these game files but me, honestly. We have a limited speed, but again, taking quite a long time, quite a few hits at max quality speed. We can go ahead and claim our order. Everyone would be able to see that in multiplayer as well. But we're again limited to 5 or 6 orders before they fall off the screen, or we're unable to take more orders. We also have the, looks like the directions menu. This is something you would have to click. And as you can see, it's quite jumpy. And one of the issues that we received from players is that it directs you to go through walls. So if you were to follow the arrow directly, you would walk up. And where does it take you? Nowhere. It also looks like the instructions menu does not work. Oh, do you know what? They're both attached to tab. They were both attached to tab at one point, which I am not a fan of. If you notice though, the icons to our left, our instruction menu, no longer impact the shade wall. Our pizza is taking quite a long time to cook though. Quite a long time. And if we take it out and put it back, it actually resets the timer. I think there's, you know, some nuance to taking the pizza out and hiding it, but keeping the temperature. But if you take the pizza out and just reset it, it's too much power for the butcher. The butcher has to really commit and take the whole pizza and throw it in the trash if they really want to make a huge impact in the game. It also looks like we have way more decor all over the map, and it honestly might be finished at this point. Let's see, whose pizza is this? Your pizza. All right, let's go ahead and check out the pizza linear. The pizza linear map was suggested as a way to harbor collaboration between players, and it was an idea of allowing and assigning certain players to certain sections of the map. So top left, we have all of the dough that you would ever need. And then down here, we've got all of the sauce. So let's see, we need buffalo sauce. So one player could be here applying buffalo sauce to all the pizzas. And then you'd have one player assigned out over here and say pop cheese and pop mushrooms. And then they would come up here and drop the pizza off right outside the oven, where it'd be grabbed and placed in there. Now this is going to take absolutely forever, so I'll go ahead and show you some of the sneaky areas. This is where maybe if you're the bad chef, you come over here from the oven, go ahead and destroy that dough chef, run back and grab your pizza and deliver it before anyone has found out. I'm not sure I can actually take the pizza out of the oven. That's another bit of an issue there, huh? Let's see if I can take it when it's cooked. I cannot take this pizza at all. That is a big glitch. Let's go ahead and look at the next month. If you like what you're seeing so far, please feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing to see similar game development videos. We have several updates and games in the pipeline, and we're excited to share them soon. All right, here's August 2024. It looks like we've got a wonderful new UI. Let's see. Oh, we can press any button to click. And if you just saw back there, it said hide lobby code, which is interesting. It looks like we have our localization for 26 languages in the game. And we actually had to move this off the main screen because every time we'd click in, we'd switch either to Bosnian or simplified Chinese. And now you see one of the problems with the simplified Chinese here is the missing symbols. We actually had to fix that by introducing a whole new text system, which took quite a few days to implement to make sure everything worked perfectly as expected. We have rebindable buttons here now. Otherwise, the menus are pretty much just set up to be filled in. This was the name as we were going for. Let's see. If we go back to main menu, we have single player. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is an early version of the tutorial. which I don't believe functions at the moment. So you can see all of the instructions and numbers, which we then removed. We also have quick play now. This is in the game currently. You have lobby code in the bottom left. I believe quick play has not changed very much, honestly, but find lobby. This looks new, and let's check into new lobby. Here we go. Much more streamlined. We had to remove all those items because they kept finding their ways into the game. Here is the chef color menu, kind of as it is today. I added an outline about 3 or 4 days ago, honestly, which is pretty nice. Here we have gameplay settings. Again, there's a whole video on these. Oh, it looks like we have ice cream in this version too, which is nice. Wow, that was a lot of work. This is what? We have all the lobbies, the settings. Let's see. We have 4 maps, allegedly. Yeah, we have a lot of sounds here too. Nice. Let's go ahead and check out Pizza Linear. Oh, yeah. New text. Let's see. Shift key. Yep. Looks like we don't have the order menu yet, but we do have the new register. Let's see if any of these work. It looks like they do. I'm gonna go ahead and, again, lower the music volume. Looks like we're in between on player settings and game settings. No players are coming, so this map honestly might not be working. Old game over screen. Let's see. Let's check out the base map, first map, pizza. Ooh. Oh, hey, looks like we do have the register in the order menu. Let's see. Yep, there it is, as expected. Back in the day, you could click this to get directions. However, we had to sunset that feature as it was honestly very glitchy. Go ahead and grab an order. Can we pen? Yes, we can pen. There's no highlights. You can kind of see some of the keybinds showing up now. We're all about UI during this time. I think also the minigames are here. Yep, this minigame used to be super hard to tell where you were supposed to do and what you were doing. I think we've definitely streamlined that in the current version of the game. Oh. This bucket game used to be impossible. I'm not sure if this is the reduced difficulty, but it used to take me like 10 to 20 times before I really nailed the strategy. It's really just all about tapping, but sometimes even if you tap or hold, it doesn't matter. If the flower wants to go left, it's going left. If it wants to go right, it's going right. You just instantly lose, and it takes a while to reset. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, that's the fast slap that we added. Let's see, go ahead and... This used to be offset and quite small. We since centralized and made that a lot larger, which we will see later. Oh, this is really difficult to use. That definitely had to change. Let's go ahead and grab our cheese. I think the cheese minigame exists in this as well. Yep, here we are. This is as it is in the game. Go ahead and put that in the oven. Yep, yeah, so the pizza keeps its temperature now, which is great. I'm not sure the exact customer wait time and balancing was exactly in tune during this build. I've since tested and aligned and perfected those timings, so you can't have a cook time lower than the wait time of the customers. Again, let's check the bell menu. Looks like we have the chef spin, and we can skip or vote ourselves out. This has since changed quite a bit. Let's see, does chef explode? Yes. Let's go ahead and check the ice cream maps, but I don't have much faith if the pizza linear map 2 was not working. All right, it looks like this is just pizza linear with a lot of stuff removed. Looks like we have cones and no ability to place them anywhere. All right, interesting. That is definitely not the right map. Let's check out Vault, maybe? This is different. Okay, yeah, this is different. This is the visual build out. I'm not sure if vault doors actually work. It looks like you can just walk right through them for the time. The vaults are on the walls. Originally, all the ice cream was planned to be here, but it was a bit of a weird limited map because you really had everything you needed right in this area. So in order to expand it, we created the vaults all the way out here. Let's see if we can pick up the milk at this point. No, we cannot. It's quite interesting to see that there's all this visuality but not any functionality. And it looks like we called a meeting, except we didn't. That's August 2024. If you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Consider wishlisting our game on Steam at the link in the description below to be notified of its release or major discounts. Here's November 2024, and we have the chefs walking across the screen with a whole bunch of different items. We still have the language menu on the front, and it looks like we moved code up top. Options, I think this is new. We now have something that looks closer to the finalized version. I'm going to move the music down a little bit. Yep, controls, extra, nothing. This is a test version, so we wanted to hide the name and put it as my name's Chef. This was actually, I found this in it looked like this in the lobby finder about 2 days ago. I found that it still said my name's Chef, but I updated it to the new Ghost Kitchen. We have the code entering here. Let's check single player. Looks like we have tutorials. Let's go ahead and test them out. Okay, looks like tutorials are not in the greatest section of functionality. That's fine. We don't need to know how to play the game anyways. Any button, multiplayer, new lobby. Let's see. I think the map, this is new now. All right, let's check out and see the functionality of each map. Order menu. Yep, looks like we have outlines this time. I'm not sure if the customers are going to come. This is something we had to fix later on. We also have kill bar down in the bottom right that shows you when you can kill, your cooldown on that. Looks like we can kill just about right now. Looks like we have minigame instructions. I'm not sure if that was the case last time. And we have an updated directions menu, but it still points through walls, I believe. Yep. Let's go ahead and put on some toppings. Okay. So this is somewhat functional, but as you see, we're lacking the outlines that exist today. So I don't actually know where those are. Oven still doesn't have outlines. I think that's fixed. Better be fixed. Just go ahead and deliver this. And it looks like it delivers to the person with the most similar order, which is a nice update. Let's go ahead and check out our bell, of course. And it looks like we have a bit of an updated visualization. Let's go ahead and vote me out. Nice new sound, I think. Very nice. And we have the defeat screen as well, with the chef roles displayed. Let's check the ice cream. Let's see how ice cream's doing. Nice. Yep. Go ahead, throw that in the trash. Take the blender. Yep. Can we grab the milk? Yes, we can. Throw it in the trash. Put this here, spray it around. Looks like we have art from the map everywhere as well. Rather finalized. Let's see, do we get triples? We got 3 ice cream cones, which are all kind of the derpy ones, if you will. Let's see how the vault looks. Looks like we don't have outlines on those. And yep, ice cream melts. I think we lowered the temperature on that to melt super fast. Let's see, yep, and you can die to the door. That is very nice. We could also look at the computers in that, but we're actually gonna go ahead and skip over to the fridges and see what the functionality on that is, as computers aren't super important. They're good for metagame information and determining, say, maybe who the sus guy is, but we can go ahead and skip that for now. Let's check fridges. It looks like decor-wise, it's quite ready. Again, we have the orders all set. Oh. This is kind of a quasi-map between the vaults and what this map eventually ended up being. We kind of had to workshop this quite a bit. I think this moves slightly. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the movement of those. They do be wiggling in this version. Looks like we also had cones here. It's looking quite functional, honestly. Let's see. Let's go hand out our popsicle. Wow, free 50. A free 50. Oh, it looks like we also have floors in this one. No more tiles. No more square tile. Well, there's square tiles. We now have customized floors, which is nice. Gives you a better sense of where you are on the map. Although I'm not sure. This seems like Not as many as I expected. We also have our good old random statue here. Kind of a throwback to the map we were just on with the 3 ice creams. Let's check tutorials. Oh, yep. Looks like tutorials work. Let's see if the customer comes. It looks like the map pretty much looks the same. Looks like there are a bit of a couple graphical glitches. Yep, here we go. Grab this, close this, open that. Flour into the machine. Balance. Yeah, looks like that works. Let's check the ice cream tutorial. Oh. Does not look happy. Looks like we have a pizza in the sink for some reason. Let's see, can we even take an order? I'm not really sure. This one looks less functional. Graphically, I'm not so sure either. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next version of the game. All right, welcome to January 2025. We start off on a language selection screen, just in case your main language is not English. We also have the UI tutorial. Go ahead and show you if you gain 25, here's what it looks like. Here's your score, here's your goal, here's your time limit. Here's how you open the order menu, hit control. Here's how you select an order. Here's what it would look like when you select an order. Here's what it looks like when you pin an order. Here's what it looks like when you open the ingredients menu. And if you open the directions menu, it's over here. Check shift. When you press it, what are you going to see? You're going to see an arrow to point to the bell. And then when you hit the map, you're going to see, hey, look, there you are, and there's where you want to go. If you kill the player, only clean ladles, la 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 la. Time left till you freeze. Now we press any key to continue. All right, right into the tutorial. This is going to take a while for the customer to load. I think we established the tutorial works, so let's go ahead and quit out of it. Looks like we added credits. We don't have to really look at that. That ends up moving to extras along with the language, which is in this update. Nice. Looks like we also added the map and a bunch of sound features. It looks like our music settings and our sound and volume settings carried over from our last build that we took a look at, which is nice. We have the ice cream. We did not add UI yet. Let's go back to main, lobby, new lobby. Let's check. Ooh, nope, same. Yep, and we're still on Space Wars. Let's go ahead and click quick play. We have new voting screen. Let's check out the new lobby. Looks like not much has really changed, I'll be honest. I think this is just a lot of fixes around the maps. Let's check out the fridges, see what's up with those. Let's see. Yep, we have minimap. Go ahead and show you where everything is. And it will also show you what the flavor of the ice cream in the fridge that you want to go to. Now it looks like the shift menu, or directions menu here is broken. That's not very good. Order menu works. If we go ahead and hit here, tab menu works. Looks like we also updated to the yellow bar, which I preferred over the gray and gray bar. Yeah, I think it's just a lot of polish. Let me see. Is this... Yep, it looks like this is the finalized version of the fridges that we wanted, with the working vents as well. And we can just go ahead and freeze and slow down. Yep. We still have the aerial text, which, you know, not everyone is a big fan. Yeah, that's January. Looks like we also had our name selected by here. Takes a while to catch all your bugs. And what does Ghost Kitchen look like today? Looks like this. We've got hats. We've got a new font, bubbly text, which works with some languages, not all. Not all languages have bubbly text, unfortunately. It's a bit of a limitation with what's in the game. All the hats. We've got ladle, we've got cone, we've got extinguisher, tiny little hat. If you want to see all the hats, there is a hat video. It will be linked above and in the description. Go ahead and watch that. It'll go through every single hat that's going to be in the game. We've also got dogs. We also have the quick menu tutorial here now, which is nice. We can completely skip through that. We don't need to see that. Let's go ahead and check out the pizza tutorial. Yep, pizza tutorial. Customers there immediately. That's nice. Click that. Collect the flour. The arrow actually does what it's supposed to in this mode. We're not going to do that. Let's go ahead and hop into the menu. We had to, you know, reduce the settings to a manner in which it is easy for controller to use. That was a huge issue. Hopping into the lobby, controller was not very happy. We have the outlines on the chef hats. Let's go ahead and put on backwards chef hat. There you go. Looks like we work at Starbucks now. We can select our maps here. Everything works as expected. We have the butcher. The rolls are now highlighted in nice text. Let's see, where are we going? You can go ahead and walk with the menu. Perfectly aligned. We are where we need to be. All of our glitches fixed. All of the bugs. You know where to hide the lobby code. We've got unusual effects. If you are so lucky. The lobby's empty. They will be listed here as seen before, but now we're finally on our own Steam code. We made this possible for controller. If you're on controller, just go up and down on this, and it'll work. If you feel like watching another, how about this curated video chosen specifically for you by YouTube?